Greetings, planty people, and welcome back to my jungle. Please do ignore the fact that I just got rained on and my hair's gone a very odd texture. It's absolutely tipping it down, so if you do hear, excuse me, so if you do hear lots of rain sounds, soz. If it's annoying, I do apologise. I wish I could turn it off, but I can't. So today's video is all about plants that I don't really show on here. Some are because they're just a bit gross to look at. Some I just forget about, if I'm honest with you. Object permanence is a thing. I'm pretty sure I've shown off all of these before, but some of these are more dotted around the house and I don't always remember to bring them upstairs. I hope you're all doing fabulously. Let's get into the video. Okay, first one. This one is a plant that looks okay, but it definitely needs a bit of an upgrade. So this is my decursiva. I think it's also known as dragon tail, which is really cool because it's got those dragon-esque leaves, kind of, I don't know, but she's dusty. And as you can tell, this is the kind of plant that will need a long pot, and I straight up don't have one. So I've just kind of left it be, forgot about it. Maybe it's due a repot, but look, look at that. Maybe I can do a bit of a moss pole situation. I just haven't got around to it, to be honest with you. I need to order some more moss. Yeah, probably for a few of these actually. But I actually got this from Sophie when we did a little plant swap with also Alina, a little plant lover. And this was a cutting that they included. Ooh, crispy bits. I love taking the crispy bits off. And it took a while to root, but once it rooted, I just chucked it in a pot. Here we are, a year or so later. So low maintenance. If you want something a little bit different that you barely have to do anything with, get one of these. The only issue is it is a crawler. So if you're like me and don't own any long pots and don't know where to get them from, maybe avoid this one, but it is just so easy. Shall I chop her up and add her to here while I figure out a moss pole situation? I don't know. I just think it's absolutely gorgeous. It's very philodendron-esque, if that makes sense. I feel like this could pass as a philodendron. It's got basically all the characteristics of a philodendron, but it's a decursiva. Okay, so next one is so ugly that I'm a bit like, shall I show it? But no, we're going to keep it real. Not everything is going to look perfect. It's part of the journey. So this is, let me grab her. This is one that's been in my little propagation station / A&E of all my houseplants. So this is my Philodendron melanochrysum. Now, I get on with Philodendron about 99% of the time. Even verrucosum, which is known to be an absolute diva. But me and this one, oh, it hates me. So this is the product of me chopping one down. I do have another piece back there, but this is the rooted part, so I don't know. As you can see here, it's just a big mess. It's got all these crispy bits on it. Each leaf comes out all wonky and I'm just, I've tried many things. I've tried keeping it in a prop box, more light, less light, more humidity, more what, you know, I've tried all the things, but I think it's just one of those plants that I'm not going to get on with. And that's okay. That's okay. Yeah, because they get so gorgeous when they're big. Have you seen the size of the leaves? When I went to the Eden project a few years back in Cornwall, they had them growing up the canopy. If you don't know what the Eden project is, go look at it. It's like an indoor rainforest, like a big bubble. And some of the leaves I saw were literally like this big, and I was just like, so if you're a plant nerd and you live in the UK, go to Cornwall and go to the Eden project. You will lose your mind. But yeah, so if anyone's got any tips for the melanochrysum, please do let me know in the comments, because, and a few of my friends, there you go, that's just fallen off. A few of my friends also struggle with this one, but some people just get on with it and don't do anything special to it. So maybe I'm over complicating it or something. Okay, so next one is a positive one. Here's one that is doing amazingly. This is my pink rubber plant, and I've had this for so long at this point. They are known to be a bit slow for a house plant, and that's okay, that's okay. I basically forgot I owned this, and then I went to take care of it, and I noticed that it had a little touch of the spider mites. So I was like, right, it was like the middle of summer, and I just popped outside, hosed it down, and then I just left it there because it was quite hot, and I was like, these guys like it hot and bright. So I left it there literally the whole summer, and it pushed out, that poked me in the eye, it pushed out all of this, and look how pink it went. Obviously I had to take it in as soon as it started to get cold around September, and it's absolutely fine. It adjusted well, because some plants will go a bit stroppy at the contrast of bringing them in and out, changing position. She's absolutely fine. She's probably due a repot at some point. There you go, a bit of root there. But yeah, not an issue, not an issue. It did take me a while to get used to Ficus. I think I killed one previously to this. I think I overwatered it and didn't give it enough light. I basically treated it like a Philodendron. Hated it. So if you're finding that the leaves are dropping, maybe have a look where it's placed. If it's in an area where it's not bright enough, give it more light, trust me. I've never really been a Ficus girly, but this one, it just speaks to me. Look at all the different colours. And the white one as well, Taniki I think it's called. Stunning. So if you've got any cool Ficus varieties that you can think of, let me know. Maybe I'm going to be a Ficus girl. Ooh, ignore that leaf, that's probably my own doings. The moonshine one's pretty as well. I've seen that one's dropped in price quite a lot, so if I see one, maybe I'll get one. The next one is depressing. You probably won't even know what this is. So this is a bladderwort, or bladderwort, however you want to pronounce it. It is a carnivorous plant, and I got this from the RHS show 2 years ago now, and it had these beautiful purple flowers upon it, like little thin ones, and I was like, ah, well, you're coming home with me. And all the flowers disappeared, and I was like, okay, that's fine. Flowering plants, they do go through a cycle, like an orchid, they'll drop their flowers every so often and come back, and it just looked really sad after that. Kept it in this cup in the bathroom right next to all my other carnivorous plants, which are absolutely fine. Keep it moist, and it started to grow some greenery on the top. Now this is called a bladderwort because instead of a normal carnivorous plant, for example the Venus flytrap, the flower will go into the little snapper thing, basically digest it, use that as fertilizer. Whereas this, it's called a bladderwort because it has little bladders like in there. You can't really see them properly, but basically they get absorbed into the roots instead of on top, which I find fascinating. And it's really soft. Any carnivorous experts, please do let me know if this is okay. It is alive, it stays wet, warm and bright. You know, the classic combo. It's doing better than it was, so I'm not too worried. And next one is also from my bathroom. Oh, look at her. So this is my Staghorn, and I think this is the only fern that I own. Is it technically a fern? I don't know. Staghorn fern, either way. And I got this reduced at a garden centre a very long time ago now, and it was only tiny. And I basically just leave it, wow, that's a big leaf. I leave it just in the bathroom on a top shelf. I don't water it very often because I have a lot of baths and it's very humid in there. And it's so low maintenance. It doesn't have big roots like a classic plant would, which is handy because you don't have to repot it as much. But just look at the size of it. Look at this. Isn't that absolutely amazing? It's such a dinosaur plant. And it's got a big frond here, which I was a bit worried about being brown at first, but apparently that's okay. I barely do anything to this. I barely do anything, and it makes excellent sounds. Isn't that cool? One day I'll experiment with having one mounted upon a wall, but as you can tell, I'm in the attic and I don't have a lot of wall space. So for now, this sits on top of the cabinet in the bathroom and watches me bathe. So that's that. I just think these are so underrated. A lot of people are scared of ferns, me included, because they're thirsty. This one is a delight. Okay, so next one. I basically forgot existed because it was downstairs in the office. And it doesn't look too bad, but it could be better. So please don't judge me on this one. So you know how I love Syngonium? What has happened here? This is my Syngonium milk confetti, had to think then. And Miss Milk Confetti needs a pole. This is how it should be, kind of. And it needs a trim, and it needs a repot. And I just haven't got round to it. So I think it also had spider mites at one point. I'm gonna give this a glow up soon. Oh my gosh, isn't that disastrous? This is embarrassing, but I'm showing you all of these plants that don't look too hot so I can keep it real and prove to you that not everyone has perfect plants. Don't worry about it, we put too much pressure on ourselves. This is one of those ones where it has the little pink speckles, can you see? It gets bright indirect light, not enough water. I should probably water it more, hence the droopiness, but I'd say this is one of the hardier, thinner leaved Syngonium that I have had in the past. I've had the pixie one as well. That one's a nightmare. Don't get on with that one. I typically go for the thicker leaved Syngoniums like Staghorn upon my shoulder. So yeah, I'm definitely going to give this a moss pole soon, a makeover and some new soil because she is sad. Isn't that embarrassing? And the next one is similar to my melanochrysum dilemma. This is my Philodendron Glorious, which Amy from Soil Ninja gave me years ago at the plant swap. It came with a gorgeous big leaf, and this is what we have now. I've had to chop it back three times now, because every time I get a new leaf, this is the exception, this is the only good leaf I've had. I think this one came with it. Every new leaf I get, this happens. It gets caught up in its own sheath, and then a new leaf tries to come through and you get a hole, which is just really annoying. Classic Philodendron. This only happens to this one, my Brandtianum, which is also a diva, and my melanochrysum. And I'm pretty sure that Amy kept hers in a cabinet, but I don't have room for a cabinet. So I've tried to keep it in the most humid area, which is back there because there's a window there, but it's just not amazing. And also it's outgrown its moss pole. I might straight up just trim it back. Let me know if I'm not the only one with this one, because oh, that needs a water, can you tell? Because I want to get on with it, but I just don't at the moment. I'm always checking for spider mites, but it's just not happy. It's not happy. And I do need to water that moss pole as well. I've been busy. I haven't got around to all my moss poles yet. But yeah, just don't get on with it. Which is a shame because it's such a gorgeous plant. It's a hybrid, so it's more of an uncommon plant. I think I got some more with the plant swap. Where did I put it? There you go. I got some cuttings as well from the plant swap. So if this doesn't do too well, at least I've got a backup. Maybe I'll put them together like this. I mean, this is still a baby, so we'll see how that goes as well. And last but not least is one I used to proudly show. Very proudly show. If you know me, I was obsessed with this plant. I got it from the RHS show. I babied it. I loved it. And then it got powdery mildew. I talked about it on my TikTok. It's the first time I've ever had powdery mildew. I've never experienced anything like it. It just came out of nowhere and infected one of my favourite plants. So I trimmed her back. I've waited a few months. Do you want to see how she looks now? We have a little leaf, isn't it exciting? So all of this gross stick had about 4 or 5 big gorgeous leaves on it. Begonia ferox is probably my favourite begonia of all time because it's so cool. It's still in the original pot that it came in because begonia roots can be a little bit finicky. They're very thin, not like a philodendron or a monstera where they're like noodles. This one, it's like little tiny little ones. If that makes any sense. Probably not. So I basically just shoved it over there, left a grow light on it every so often, watered it, fertilised it, and there you go. The worst part was patience, waiting for it to do something because it was like, come on, I believe in you. I just love how hairy the new leaves come through. Can you see its hairy little legs? It's so fuzzy and cool. So if you do have to trim back one of your plants, there's a chance it will come back. You're just going to be patient, persevere. I wonder if any new leaves will come off this bit. We shall see. I'll keep you updated. So yeah, that concludes the video. These are all the plants that I just haven't got around to showing you, mainly because most of them I'm ashamed of. But that's okay, we can fix things. I'm probably going to have to do a big makeover for some of my plants as it's winter, they're slowing down, so this is usually when I do little bits and bobs with my plants. So let me know what plants you don't really talk about or show down below, so we can have a little bit of a support group together. I'll leave all my social medias down below. Let me know what videos you want to see. I'll see you in the next one. Bye bye.